Bollywood cocktail.
There are a lot of misconceptions. Clearly, these three women aren't, but there are women who come up to you saying that, there's so many misconceptions connected with shaving. So, what do you tell them?
Imagine putting on wax, where there is a chance of it being hot and spoiling your skin, where you're always subject to the hygiene conditions of where you're waxing, and then you need to wait a certain time to wax, and all that are the added disadvantages. But just the hot wax going on your skin could be a lot detrimental. And then the other thing is, imagine those chemicals that are available in terms of hair removal lotions. They're chemicals. If they're burning your hair, they're burning your skin as well, right? So those are much more harmful. So the most physical, inert, non-troubling or non-harming gadget is a razor.
A lot of women think that the hair grows thicker, but it is.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, for example, when you're waxing or when you're using any other methods for hair removal, you would yank it from the root. So when it is growing, it grows from the root and it kind of becomes tapered as it is coming out. So you think that it is thinner or finer. But when you razor or cut through a blade, you're cutting at the surface. So you're chopping it like the like the trunk of a tree. So that feels rough till it tapers off naturally. That's all there is. So it's not actually growing thicker, it just feels blunt and, prickly for that first couple of days.
Because of where it's actually been taken out from, as opposed to waxing. What are the other myths? Are there any other myths connected with
Some myths like probably it gives you pigmentation.
Yeah, I've heard people say that, it makes my skin darker.
Correct. It doesn't. It's because if you have razors which were probably not so technologically advanced, you would probably scrape your skin 2-3 times to get away the hair much nearer to the skin. But here there are multiple blades. So one blade is designed to kind of pull your hair a little, the second one cuts off, the third one goes as near to the skin as possible. So with one stroke, you're getting a much better hair removal experience. And two, there's also these bars which are fortifying it, or rather giving you the moisture, giving you the gel, which makes it easy and smooth for the blade to run on your skin. So there's no dehydration. Also, because of the flexible head, you're not ripping off the top dead layer of the skin too deep.
Right.
So when you're causing injury is when we call something called as PIH, which is post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So even something as simple as shaving with a blade, when you're scraping too much of the skin, might end up causing pigmentation eventually if you're using a wrong tool.
So do you actually recommend, when people come to you and ask you about hair removal, you recommend this over waxing?
Definitely. We do recommend it even in patients who come to us with those little bumps on the skin, folliculitis on the skin, ingrowth especially.
Yes.
That's when we end up recommending or prescribing a razor.
Right. It's with waxing that you get all those ingrowths.
Yeah.